All right, beautiful people. Good morning. It's 9:16. This is Ben Leto. Thank you for joining me again today. God bless you. Thank you. I wish you good things today. Let's get some good trading in. We got we didn't do so well yesterday. The market was just a little tweaky and we're looking for better things today. So this is the best career to have. So welcome to day trading. We're going to be doing the lion method today. We're looking for overbought, oversold, and reversions back to that golden middle line, that yellow line. That's our goal. And we're going to just be carving out a profit this day and every day. So we're going to get covered here in a few minutes. I'll open up the charts and we'll get started. So hold on tight and we'll be back in a moment. All right, folks. All right, I'm feeling good today. We got a new day ahead of us. Let's take a look at our news. Not too much. We have a 10:30 petroleum status. We have a smart person speaking at noon, and we'll see how that affects the market. We're going to be trading up until about 11 o'clock today. So I am interested in that petroleum status report. Let's see how that goes with our crude and perhaps nat gas. We're trading the Lion method. Now, the Lion method focuses on a scientific approach to identifying overbought, oversold, looking for a reversion to the mean, a breakout of a swing point, and we're targeting a fractal distance of that swing. Very complex language. I hope not too complex, but very simple idea. Now, just recently, we've added a new component called the Lion Claw, which is a volume-based order flow technique looking at volume delta. And we're seeing when do buyers just rush into the market and when do they drop out. So we are, that is the sub panel indicator here on this chart. And again, it's a new addition to our system. Now, here's an interesting setup that happened just earlier today was in natural gas. You see that we had a good push down in the lion claw down here, which is this magenta bars showing at the bottom. So we push lower, some really strong selling activity, and then it evaporated and we started going upward. We see an uptrend in our signal line, which is the smooth line of the histograms. And that went into some strong buying, and that occurred right at that breakout. So that is a typical volume wave. It's a wave action that reversed and showed buyer stepped into the market. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Here's another one. It's just a good solid push up out of no man's land here. Happened at about 7:34 or so. Into overbought. Now we went overbought, right? Overbought is these yellow dots up here. Now we did have an entry line right here at roughly around 3.473, and you see sell volume started coming in right about that time, and it pushed through to new lows. We did hit target. I think we hit it there. If not, we hit it a few minutes later right there. So perfect setup, lion and order flow coming together. And actually the move continued down as we see. So we're going to keep an eye out for that. Let's see what crude had done this morning. So we had a spike up in volume and buy volume right at that time. Let's I'm going to load a template. Hmm. I'm running with a light cursor here. You can see the lines. So I don't like it too heavy. Obviously, it gets very distracting. So here, an overbought situation, we had a rally in buying volume right there, and it dropped off precipitously into our sell signal, and that went to target. We had another situation here, continued to sell off, right? Our volume is dropping down, and we hit our target on that short as well. All right, let's take a look at copper here today. Another good setup right there in the morning. Volume pushed up. Now, volume was dropping throughout. We had sell volume coming in basically from 8:10 in the morning, while prices rallied and continued upwardly. We did hit some really good push in sell volume here, and that led to a pretty good trade here. Now, we might not have gotten target, but we target either the blue level or we target the yellow gold line. So that is the midline for this move. So both of those are considered targets, and we did hit our 100 moving average. So the lion line. Silver, not much today. We didn't get any overbought, oversold levels. Yeah. Oh, are we recording? All right, are you guys back? We had a little blurb in our internet connection. Right as I left on yesterday, on the 20th of May, I mentioned that the gold was setting up for a short, and it actually did. We hit a short right here. We were severely overbought in gold, and we did hit a target here. We actually hit two targets, so that was a good prediction here from our overbought, oversold system. Let's see what gold is showing today. Well, we had a push down into nearly oversold conditions. The oversold level dropped down during this half hour of the day from 8:30 till 9. It went a little further out. So we were close to being oversold. You might consider that oversold. But we didn't have any clear buy dot. All right, so let's see what happens later on in gold. All right, we've got a good oversold condition. Well, we're not all the way oversold yet, but YM is moving downward on some strong selling volume. Let's see what the Russell has. Not oversold yet. The NASDAQ, where are we at with the NASI? Now, this is an interesting condition. When we have a negative, see the histogram is down, it's below the zero level. So that's a negative delta. But we have this reversal bar upward. Key reversal bar on low delta is a sign of rejection. That price is being rejected. So we're looking at a stronger move upward off of that. I think that was also it happened here in the Russell at 920 a few minutes ago. And here as well. So all three indices are showing upward pressure here, a rejection of the lows. Keep an eye out for that. It's called a flush reversal signal. All right, MG, Lion. Now, micro Bitcoin, how has it been doing? All right, well, we did have a signal here. Oversold. You see the yellow dots forming there on the channels, Leto channels. We had a buy level come in here. We had a push down into severely strong sell volume, and it weakened. Now we're into a buy cycle. So, what is our risk? We could do 27 contracts. Let's do 20, and I'm going to buy if we too much. All right, so we do have a buy set up in micro Bitcoin, micro Bitcoin futures. Already pushing toward the target, though we're a little late to the party. It is 9:27 here in the morning. So if we get filled, we will put our stop down probably right here. All right, we're filled. I'm going to buy another 10. Oh, we can't. All right, so let's do an OCO order. We're going to sell stop down at that price, and we're going to buy limit up there. Let's see if we can move micro Bitcoin upward here. All right, so we're long micro Bitcoin, looking just a little scalp. Again, we're not looking for a massive runaway win here. We're just looking for a scalp. We're going to scalp it to the 100 moving average right around there. It's the golden line. That gas is in the middle of nowhere. The LE market, we're coming along eventually once that opens up in a few minutes, in 1 minute. Let's see how that plays out. All right. Another few seconds, we should have the open. All right, 9:30, the market's open. Let's just jump over to, this is the Russell. Sell volumes coming in. Oh, another little key reversal. Strong upward move here. All right, we're almost at target on micro Bitcoin. All right, so we hit target on the MBT. I don't know what we had here. 10 of these. So about $55 on the micro BT. All right, live cattle is opening right in line with the 100 moving average, so not much going on yet. Silver, gold in the middle of nowhere. There is the daily. There's a daily chart of the NQ. All right. I don't expect too much action in crude until 10:30. So we have another hour before we see anything happening in the crude market. Take a look at the metals. This is copper. Here's silver. Nothing. Very little delta at all, which is kind of hovering here. Buying coming in on gold, a little bit on silver, and copper is not active right now. Oh, the Dow is moving up. Again, we're not near overbought, oversold, so we're going to hold off. Strong buy volume in the Russell. NASDAQ. Buy volume in the LE. Again, not near overbought, oversold, so we're holding off. Well, we got one win today, folks. Yeah, another good trade there. Again, we only want to trade when the market is alive and moving. We don't want to trade in listless markets. Boy, that's a mess. It means we're hitting levels during a time of day that is unique and outside of the norm. So 90% of the time, the market stays between this upper level of this lower channel and the lower level of this upper channel, 90% of the time. And when we hit below that, we're doing 10% of the time do we hit that level. So that's oversold for sure. And also we look for this strong push in volume. So these levels, these gray lines, they show historically, I think it's like 1% of the time does volume exceed this level, the lower level and the upper gray line, lowest gray line and the uppermost gray line. So very infrequently does the market hit those levels. And that tells us if we're really seeing exhaustion. Most pushes in one direction of volume, like this one, for instance. So we went pretty much, well, we went into overbought region. Now on the next bar, we had a push into the extreme overbought volume on a downward closing candle. So that is what we call a flush reversal. Very good setup. So we might even consider shorting right at that point. Let's kick it around. There's some strategy rules we can tweak, but flush reversals. Yesterday I got caught on one where I should have bailed. Let's see if I can pull that one up. I believe we were short right here, and this is a negative delta, but the bar closed upward, and that was a flush reversal. And we didn't hit our target, and we did get stopped out. So silver is not a lightweight market. So that was a flush reversal. We're going to keep an eye on those. Very important signal. All right, right now we do have climbing volume, but we are not interested yet. We need to find out when we hit overbought, oversold. All right, well, the Russell has returned to the 100 moving average. Buying frenzy is slowing. Oh, NASDAQ really woke up today, huh? It's kind of a down. A lot of action. Hmm. So we will wait. Patience. Anyone has any questions? I would love to discuss them with you. Hmm. Gold is just oscillating around the 100. Yeah. We got some action, but not enough to really consider this an outside day volatility wise. We saw this yesterday. The morning was very sleepy in the equity futures. Well, Nasdaq really came out strong. It has since settled. Love to hear from some of you too. Let me know what your favorite indicator is, whatever the indicator is. Doesn't have to be the one that we're showing here in the Lion system, but tell me more about your experience with any product. Love to hear from you. I'm a NinjaScript developer too, and if you're looking to add a feature, looking to change some logic or add maybe a secondary type of signal to an existing indicator, typically that can happen pretty easily. So I can program. Love to discuss it with you, see if it's a fit. I have coded over 1,100 products in NinjaTrader. I am not afraid of doing 1,101. So let me know. I'd love to work with you. Well, silver has hit some strong sell volume. Did I say silver? I meant copper. That's copper. That is silver. Let's switch over our variable chart. We're going to switch it from live cattle and we'll take a look at bean oil. This is soybean oil. Solid move. However, we just did not hit our oversold level. So again, we're within that 90% range of mediocrity, right? We're not seeing anything exciting yet. This is an interesting, we had some sell volume that just reversed and petered out. All right, let's switch that over. We'll take a look at full-blown soybeans. Oversold yet. Well, there's a good flush reversal. Strong positive delta and a downward close, and that led to a sell-off. All right, let's see, futures. We're gonna take a look. 6B, I meant 6E. So this is the British pound futures. Haven't looked at currencies in a while, so let's pull those up. 6B. Strong buy volume there earlier today. I'm still tweaking the algorithm that's calculating these upper bands and lower bands. I haven't looked back in a very short period. I think I looked back 100 bars. Might be a little tight. It does produce more signals, but they're less consequence. These signals here, we'll see if they're useful or not. Here's a big upward burst. But I want to take a look at the 6E. It's got more action usually. Everybody's just hugging that 100 period moving average. There was the action today in the 6E. Right into overbought. It's dropping delta volume into a short signal. That was a nice setup. We're not getting that here. It's a flat line situation. That's what we're looking for, is a move up into overbought, a declining delta, and let's go short. All right, 45 minutes until the report for crude. Nat gas is gone. Silver. At least something's happening here. We got strong downward vol. Gold is going that direction. So we're looking for, we know ahead of time what we're looking for. We're looking for it to hit this level. This sell volume shows us that we have some excitement in this market. When we hit oversold, then we look for rising volume coming out of that location and look for a buy dot. Our buy dots are these cyan dots. They occur at significant swing levels. And that's calculated by the extension 62 lines indicator. All right. Well, volume is turning down in the Russell. NASDAQ is just up this morning. All of it is above the upper threshold. So some real strong buying coming in there. Another feature of Leto channels here is the histogram. Histograms here are what we call tendency histograms. They show a tendency for this market over the recent history to be downward in this time frame. So to be below the 100 in this time frame, all the way up until 1108. So starting back here from 848 till 1108, usually this market has been down. And differently than that is the NASDAQ has been mixed. So this is up in this little light green area, had a little downtime typically in the past here, and then we're shifting to an up market. So all right, well, micro Bitcoin has rallied from our entry. Set up to go short. We're overbought in MBT and declining volume. And we're showing a tendency, you can see in the future, our tendency is to be below the 100 here. That is setting up to be a nice approach. Well, gold reacted from that strong sell pressure, bounced up to the 100, but it's just a flatline 100. We got nothing going on yet. Silver rejected the low, and copper found a drawn by volume on a downward close. So very close to a flush reversal here. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that just micro Nas is happy to move north. Let's take a look at the daily chart for that. Volume is still low on the MBT, and we're moving higher in price. That is foretelling of a sell-off here, guys. Move there, so we could do about 8 contracts. Solid, pretty solid up vol. So it's not a huge sloping into a negative delta. Not very significant at all. It is off of the highs, but it is not a clear in delta. Silver has very little delta going on here. We're just not oversold enough. We're not ripe. Got to get down here to get ripe. And then that rising volume is a clear signal for me. All right, same here. We're not just not all the way down there yet. Yeah. I mean, if you're up for trend trading, you can do that. Breaking that high, going into a positive future would have been a good trend trade, but with flat market, it's risk. Keep your stop. Certainly the stop would have been down here at least, so that's a $30 stop. We only had one trade today, ladies and gentlemen, and it was that little guy right there. Oh, there we go. See? Volume is trailing. Certainly now we're negative. Negative 8 here on the axis. Negative 8 and negative 4 here, and we're rising in prairie, foretelling of a sell-off. Personally, I would sell in this area, so 107,410. An aggressive trader would get in earlier at 107,590 on a breakdown from that swing low, but you've got support here. I would be more interested in buy volume spiking. The market is liking above 700 in the micro Bitcoin. Who here bought on the swing down to 80,000? Whoever did that is up 27 grand. 27,000 on one coin. Copper is coming back to the 100. I wouldn't be buying a breakout here. Again, we're not oversold and we're just too close to the 100. Guys, we don't have much going on. I'm looking for trend trades too, but I'm not a big trend trader. That trend trade did work out and the market sold off from that level, right? So this is not a trend trade in my book. We're still just too far in the tendency to be negative. You do like to see a rejection of the 100. That was a good rejection point here. The volume is selling off. Price is making a little bit of a new high. That divergence uh, indicated this sell-off that we're seeing here, because there is a sell-off there. Gold has a tendency to be positive. Russell getting back to the 100. So we're not looking for a lot of trades in the Lion system. I'm not looking for a trade a minute. Patience is the name of the game. This tendency to be negative here just doesn't get me excited about the possibility of a bounce up. And that reaction is strong. Again, off of the 100. Foretold of our move upward. Again, without being oversold, that is a little bit more risky trade. Breaking out of the 100. Now it does have room to go. It could go all the way to overbought. So we've got some space here. Tendency is not so positive. "10:01 in the morning. Boom. That's a good push. Not so long if it comes back to that level. This is a little off book, but we're looking at a continuation trade or trend trade. Let's see if we can get filled on it. Strong move on the net delta. Well, business inflation numbers came out. 10 o'clock. Shows some action here. YM reacted. YR2K. M2K, sorry. I said R. Micro NAS. 6E's trailing off in our delta. Don't like that. I'm not going to get chasing this market. Still have strong positive delta. Almost filled on our long. Long. All right, so the 6E is responding pretty good here. I'm going to move my stop there in case it does a unplanned reversal. Let's see, I don't see much delta volume here. So it's moving up on weaker volume. All right, we're almost in profit on a bar. So my rule is to move, stop to break even if we're fully in profit. All right, we're getting there, folks. Getting there. I am move into a, all right, there we go. All right, that's two. That was not a standard lion trade. The encouragement was the buy volume and the reaction there off the news. Well, we got to win. 2 wins today. Two wins. a little bit of an unconventional trend trade. Volume is on the upward tick. Price is halted on a downward move. 10:09, we've got 21 minutes before that news report for crude. Running on, running on, running on, sun. All right, 2 for 2. Another 50 minutes of trading, guys. Isn't this the greatest career to have, though? Look at this. We look at charts, play like a video game, right? But unlimited income potential. If you can manage risk and you have a disciplined approach, then this is the career for you. I remember when I first got into trading, 1990, 1991, probably 1990. Yeah, because it was the first Gulf War. I remember watching the crude chart explode. I heard it on the news, got interested in it. I ordered a mail order course. Back then, it was through a guy named Ken Roberts, and he did the simplest approach to trading. He said, trade the 1, 2, 3 bottoms, 1, 2, 3 tops. The movement off of the overbought, oversold levels, and it was a daily chart based on a 52 a year-long look back. So if the market had made a new low in the last 52 weeks, right? That's when you start looking, and you look for that 1, 2, 3 bottom, or a 1, 2, 3 bottom. Made me think of it. One is this pink dot here. The 2 is right there, and the 3 is right here. So if you buy a breakout of that level, you just put your stop down here. That was his thing. I think he was shooting for 3 to 1 on a daily chart, and I got that through a mail order. So simple technical analysis. This isn't a year-long low, a yearly low, but good old Ken Roberts. I wonder where he's at today. He was out in Grants Pass, Oregon, and for a little bit, he might have been in Ojai, California. Crude is selling off into the report. Well, the second target was hit. This swing did hit target right here before its sell-off. We went long on this swing, breakdown here, so we got in at that point and exited right around that target. Silver is nothing going on in there. Copper is dead. Gold is wishy-washy. Boy, the YM is enjoying hitting that 100 moving average. Mhm. All right, guys, I'm going to take a quick break here. We got 45 minutes of trading left. Uh, Charts are sleepy, and this is a pop. Well, look at that. We did have a good valid buy setup. Now we're going to get a target displaying here. Go along on a retrace back to that entry level. So we have a natural gas trade here. There's the targets are printing. Sure, if we'll get back to fill our price. But we won't be chasing it too. That's an important point. We don't chase markets around here. 6E's coming out of oversold. Volume is dropping off. We do have in the downward below the 100 here. Overbought. This is no. This sell signal is just too low. It's below the 100. So we won't be jumping on that guy. Gas here. Gas has hit its target. We'll hold on. We'll see if it comes back and fills us. Let's wait for it to retrace. A good break of that resistance here at that level. Come back and retest that resistance. Make it a support level. All right, I'll take that break. I'll be back shortly, folks. Hang on. All right, folks, let's have a look. Well, nat gas has gone on without us. That was a good trade. That should have been on there, but missed it. Just a little late to the party there. Coin buying have resumed. This is turning into a trend trade, guys, on the nat gas. Hold it here. See if it comes back and touches that support level here at 3.388. So we still have a long limit order there at 3.388. Gold, really lackluster today. Eight minutes to the crude report. Crude just barely above the oversold. Could be a coming into the report. Yeah, that's rough to take on crude. So we could trade 11 contracts. I'm going to go small on this. Let's just do 3. Again, so near to the oversold level. Volume is rising on a positive delta moves here. And we're targeting the 100. But I'm not going to chase price, so we're going to hold on for that level. 10:30, yeah, 10:30 crude report. Gold bias is long. We see delta has been positive consistently. Oh, we're long on our crude position. 5 minutes before the report. So let's throw up our target. And really, I want to target the 100. Canceling nat gas. So we won't go long in gas. We are long in crude. Couple minutes coming into the crude report. So we're up a half of R right now. Yesterday we were down 3.5 R. Yeah, 3.5 R. Painful day. Was painful day. You know what? Not every day is beautiful. All right, 10 minute up on 1028. Yeah, it's 1028. Maybe we'll get out of this before the reports. I would prefer that. Okay, well, we did, guys. So with 3 contracts only, that was really about a third of an R. Took very little heat on it. That's good. All right. 1029, a minute before the report is released. So 3 winners. Now we weren't fully oversold here, guys. And oh, I just noticed a really strong flush reversal down here. So very strong negative delta by this magenta histo at the bottom and a upward close on a multi-bar low. So it's a key reversal with volume showing us a rejection. So that is a good signal. I didn't even notice it until just now. And it was close to the oversold. There's the report. 1030. Hmm. We're up 200 bucks. What is gas doing? Gas is responding upward. Yeah, that was a sweet trade. Trade that I missed was right there, folks. No, that definitely moved us into oversold. Finally, something happening here. Strong negative delta. Crude was up big this morning. Daily on crude. Yeah, big move up. I was 64.27-ish. 64.19. Okay. Putting it oversold. I am looking for one of those flush reversal bars. I would consider this a trend trade if you want. The only downside is our tendency is negative, but we do have strong buying volume. We have a breakout. We have a rejection of the 100. Got a breakout of that swing high. Well, we got a doji. So not exactly a flush reversal, but you can see perfect doji right there. The crude market, oversold level, negative delta with a reversal dragonfly doji there. Where do we go? Hmm. All right, when does our smart guy speak? Noon. All right, we'll be having the room closed when a smart guy talks, but D is tempting. Yeah, the tendency histo is negative. However, it is weak. It's nearly at the level. It is a flush reversal bar, though. Go ahead, and we're going to buy at the bid. All right, so we are long in the 6E. Let's do the OCO here, though. Long in the 6E. We're already getting some good report from that. Let's go up there. Tell you what, let's move it right to the high of that move. No need to be a hero. We just want some money. All right, that's looking good already. So this is a trend trade. Buy volume was here. We had a rejection of the 100, and we came into the buy dot. Now the only negative again was tendency in a minor way, though tendency was getting upward. It was on an upward move. Almost at target. We are risking $93 only, guys. So third of an hour risk. Uh, let's move to break even. I just noticed that we are one full bar in the money. So we're either going to break even or hit target on the 6E. All right. Crude is setting up to go long. We just need, officially, we need a buy dot, but I don't see one happening in the near future. And we might have to improvise slightly in looking for a more suitable swing point to go long. We'll have strong buy volume on the 6E. One more tick or two here and we'll get our target. $10.41 in the morning. Wow, I didn't see that. We got some strong volume coming into copper, buying interest. Silver did have some. Gold, not so much. Volume there is not happening. Oh, let's see. All right, we hit target on the 6E. No, hit stop on 6E. Okay. That's all right. We got to stop out. Solid weakening. Still negative, but solidly inclining to the positive on the crude. Again, oversold criteria is met. We have weak tendency here. High volume. Volume is weakening, right? We're moving toward the positive delta. $11 risk. Delta did turn negative in the micro NASDAQ, but not much movement in price. Still in a channel there. Be setting up right here. We just lost our volume action on the 6E. Buying volume dried up on the 6E, and that's all right. That's what happens. And 46 in the morning. We got a few more minutes of trading here in the Lion system. Wow, copper. Those buyers came in aggressively and then they just left the building. Gold languishing at the 100. Oops. Does anyone here think trading is a little boring sometimes? It is. If you think it's like a video game where you're shooting down the bad guys and just making millions of dollars a day, uh, I think you're a little out of touch. Honest with you, yeah, there's some times that are great, no doubt. There are times when the market is not conducive to trading, and this is a little bit of that time. It's just been sleepy. Now, we have a rising wedge. Well, I guess you could call it an ascending triangle or a pennant. Pennants are usually, right, reverse continuation moves. But if this is more of a rising wedge, which it could be, that's a bullish move. Based on it being oversold, coming out of oversold, volume is moving to the positive, slowly but surely. I support the idea this is a bullish move in crude. Micro Bitcoin is moving along happily. Well, we broke down that level. The rising wedge pattern is kind of sort of failing here. Sellers are coming in. Let's see if they are supported. We get other sellers coming in, or if this is a reversal bar. We'll know in a moment. $10.51. We don't have a lot of time. Oh, look at that. Well, 6E did hit our target. It's all right. Our rules, we followed our rules. Once we had that one bar in profit, we went and moved our stop to break even. Finally, some buy side volume is coming in. Delta moves. When buyers step in, Delta moves. We get a good run on this market. Anyone seeing that? I don't want to overly generalize it, but I mean, here, when we started getting our magenta delta histos, no, market moved pretty good. Silver, the big dog. Hmm. Guys, coming up at 10:54 here, 10:55. I have enjoyed trading with you. Leave comment, questions, concerns, criticisms, whatever you like and subscribe. I would appreciate that really much. Thank you guys again for joining me. I'm here committed to making you a better trader and giving you tools that make you confident in your trades. So that's my goal. Anything I can do to support you in that, that is my mission. I have been doing this for a long time, and I've done over 1,100 products in NinjaTrader for many different traders. I think I had about 800, 900 customers at one time in NinjaTrader using NinjaTrader indicators, tools that I created for them. So we're probably going to wrap it up for now. I think this crude market is looking to go long. We finally got buy volume in here. And this is a fake out move to the downside. I think once we break out this high, we're going to put a target in. The target would be just there, not much, 62.26, based on entry at 62.14. So you got 12 points of target there. So we don't look for huge distance in our trades. We look for high quantities of contracts. Scalping is not about long distance targets. Scalping is about getting confident trades, getting high probability trades. Again, guys, let's wrap it up for today. We're up $200. So about 2/3 of an R. We risk about $300 a trade as our goal. And we're up 2/3 of an R. So we're happy about that. Winning is better than losing. Uh, Folks, I really do appreciate you. God bless you. Thanks again. And we will be back. Today is what is today? Wednesday. So we'll be back Thursday, tomorrow morning. Oh, I might be a little delayed, but I will certainly get here as soon as possible. Might be about 9:30. So if you do show up early, I think I won't be in until about 9:30, right at the open. Crude is making some signals going along here, guys. So keep an eye on that. All right. Thanks, y'all. Have the best of days. God bless you.